Hello students, this is SM Mali, lecturer Department of Statistics, Gopte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belagavi. Welcome you all in my second lecture on statistical inference for PUC second year students. In the last class, we have seen some definitions on statistical inference, especially the definitions like parameter, statistic, standard error, and so on. Here we will see some uses of standard error. The first use is standard error is used to decide the efficiency and consistency of the statistic as an estimator. In detail, we are going to study afterwards what is meant by estimator. Then second use, it is used to obtain the confidence intervals of an estimate. What is meant by confidence interval or estimate, that also we are studying in detail. Then the third use is it is used to standardize the distribution of test statistic in testing of hypothesis. In the testing of hypothesis, we need to standardize the given distribution. For that, we are using standard error. And what is meant by testing of hypothesis and all, we are studying in detail. The next concept we are studying here is statistical inference. Statistical inference is the theory of making the decisions about the population parameters using sampling and concept of probability. Statistical inference has two branches, that is, first branch is estimation and second is testing of hypothesis. Now we will see what is meant by estimation. Method of obtaining the most likely value of the population parameter using statistic is called estimation. Method of obtaining the most likely value, most probable value of the population parameter using statistic is called estimation. Then next definition we are going to study here is estimator. Any statistic which is used to estimate an unknown parameter is called an estimator. Any statistic which is used to estimate an unknown parameter is called an estimator. For the distribution any parameter is unknown, then which statistic we are using for that? To estimate the unknown parameter is nothing but estimator. Next concept is estimate. The specific value of an estimator is called an estimate, or the likely value of the unknown parameter is called an estimate. Any one definition you can remember here. We will see more in detail with this example. X bar is an estimator of mu. We know that X bar is nothing but sample mean. Mu is population mean. So X bar, that is sample mean, is an estimator of population mean mu. You can observe here X bar we have used, but it is not a specific value, so it is an estimator. Whereas X bar equal to 80 is an estimate of mu. Here we have the specific value of sample mean 80. Here you need not to consider as 80, you can any value, means X bar equal to 50, X bar equal to 10, X bar equal to 20, any value, but it is specific value of sample mean So it is called as estimate of mu, estimate of population mean. Then the next concept is types of estimation. There are two types of estimation, and that is point estimation and interval estimation. We'll see what is meant by point estimation. If a single value is proposed as an estimate of unknown parameter, then it is called point estimation. If single value is proposed as an unknown value of parameter, then it is called point estimation. For example, mean marks scored by a group of 50 students will be 80 is nothing but point estimation. Here 50 and 80 only are the representative values. These values may be different. Then the next concept is interval estimation. If an interval is proposed as an estimate of the unknown parameter, then it is called interval estimation. For example, mean marks scored by a group of 50 students will be between 75 to 85 is nothing but interval estimation. We have proposed an interval that is 75 to 85. The next concept is confidence interval. An interval T1, T2 which is proposed to contain the unknown parameter is called confidence interval. If the value of unknown parameter lies between the two limits, that is for example T1, T2, then this interval T1, T2 is called as confidence interval. Next concept is confidence limits. The boundary values of confidence interval are called confidence limits. In the previous definition, in the confidence interval, we have considered the interval that is T1, T2. So boundary values that is T1 and T2 are nothing but confidence limits. Then next definition is confidence coefficient. The probability that a confidence interval contains the unknown parameter is called confidence coefficient. The probability that a confidence interval contains the unknown parameter is called confidence coefficient, and it is denoted by 1 minus alpha. Next definition or next concept is statistical hypothesis. A statement regarding the parameters of the population is called a statistical hypothesis, and it is denoted by capital H. Any statement regarding the population parameter is called as a statistical hypothesis. For example, if a population is normally distributed, we know that normal distribution has the two parameters, that is mu and sigma square. So if the population is normally distributed, then the following are the hypothesis, means any statement regarding the parameters of normal distribution, that is mu and sigma square. That is first hypothesis is H, mu is equal to 50, sigma square equal to 4, or one more, mu is equal to 50, only population mean we have, sigma square is unknown here. Then next hypothesis is H, mu is equal to 50, sigma square is greater than 4, or mu is less than 50, sigma square is not equal to 4. All these are nothing but the statistical hypothesis. These are the statements regarding the parameters of normal distribution. Next definition is null hypothesis. The hypothesis which is being tested for a possible rejection under the assumption that it is true. Means we are going to assume that the hypothesis is true, but we are going to test for its rejection, then it is called as null hypothesis, and it is denoted by H naught. For example, if you want to test that the population mean mu has a specified value mu naught, then the null hypothesis is h naught mu equal to mu naught. That is, the population mean is given value mu naught. It is nothing but null hypothesis. Then the next definition is alternative hypothesis. The hypothesis which is accepted when the null hypothesis is rejected is called alternative hypothesis. The hypothesis or a statement which is accepted when the null hypothesis is rejected, then it is called alternative hypothesis, and it is denoted by H1. Remember that whenever H0 is rejected, H1 is accepted. Whenever H0 is accepted, H1 is rejected. For example, if we want to test the null hypothesis, that is H0 mu equal to mu naught, then the alternative hypothesis may be any one of the following. That is, H1 mu is not equal to mu naught. What does it mean? That is, population mean differs from a specified mean and it is 210. If the sign is not equal to, then it is 210, means rejection region will be at both the sides of the distribution. Or one more statement, H1 mu is less than mu naught. It is nothing but population mean is less than a specified mean and it is left hand. If the sign is less than, then it is left hand. Then next, H1 mu is greater than mu naught. It means population mean is greater than specified mean. If the sign is greater than, then it is right hand, means critical region is at right side of the distribution. So these are some definitions on statistical inference. In the next class, we will see some more definitions on this statistical inference. Thank you.